Hi, I'm Brandon, and I'm back to do another commentary on Paul Westwood's Interrogation. I've done this one before on this channel, but I'm running out of interrogations involving TCAP, so I'm deciding to start over and do them all again with fresh thoughts and new insight, because I feel like I've grown wiser as a TCAP commentator. Well, not really, but they're still fun to do. So this is a brand new one, so let's go.
That's right there. Come see right here.
Look at the way he's walking with his hands like right at his side, not moving. He looks like Michael Myers or something, which is funny because in this exact same room they interrogated a guy named Mike Myers. But let's watch that again. It's kind of a weird way to walk.
That's right there. Come see right here.
I know it was only like 3 feet of walking, but it caught my eye. And of course, it's been pointed out by other TCAP commentators and by many people in the comment section that this guy looks like the stereotypical predator. He looks like the kind of guy that would do this kind of thing.
Hi, Paul. I'm Catherine Reed. I'm an agent with the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation.
No introduction needed, Catherine. We all know who you are. We're all big fans. Well, most of it. I've noticed a few negative comments about her in the comment section of my last video, or some of the other ones, the interrogation she's done, but I'm still a fan.
This is Detective Tom Nitschke with the Campbell County Police Department. And they read you your rights earlier, and you know that you're under arrest, you're in custody, you're not going home tonight.
Ever.
Right. But we need to take care of some housekeeping issues first. He did go over your rights, correct?
I think Paul should be taking care of some housekeeping issues since he's living in his sister's basement.
Correct.
Mm-hmm. And he's like a grown man in his 40s.
And you understood him?
Yeah.
Can I have your home address first?
How long is this guy's address?
How long have you lived there?
It took him like a good 30 seconds to read his address.
Since January. I'm rooming with my sister right now.
So is it her home?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you share the whole house, or do you live in a certain part of it?
I share the house. I sleep in the basement.
You sleep in the basement? Okay. So is that where you do most?
I wonder if his sister is like pissed off whenever he comes upstairs. She's trying to like do her own thing and watch TV or something, and then he just comes up and bothers her, and she just wishes he would stay in the basement.
Most of you?
I don't know the relationship between him and his sister, but he later on says that they're trying to like rebuild their relationship or whatever. So I'm guessing it's not good. I'm further guessing that it's all Paul's fault. She owns her own house, so she must be reasonably responsible. And the fact that her idiot brother lives in her basement, I don't know if he pays rent or not, but he's living in her basement, and then he gets caught doing this kind of thing. So he's obviously a piece of shit.
You're living?
Yeah.
The majority of it? Does she come into the basement where you stay?
Yeah.
I'm going to say no, probably not, because it probably reeks down there and it's probably disgusting.
She has a craft room down there.
Yeah, she probably has like the laundry room in her own separate area, but I doubt she comes into the actual space where he is.
But is it separated? Is it one just big basement? How's that?
Yeah, it's
laid
separated
out?
by a door. I have a back bedroom.
Okay, so there's a wall and a door that
Yeah, bedrooms typically have walls and doors.
makes it distinct
Come on, Catherine, don't say stupid things.
from her craft room.
Yeah.
Okay. We need to get a phone number for you. And you said you've been there since January. Okay.
And you said you lived in a house in Monroe?
Yeah.
Okay. Like in a
Did you not hear the entire conversation we just had? He just explained where he lived, and then Catherine Reed asked questions that he answered. I could almost draw a diagram of the guy's house based on that, and then you're like, so you live in like a house or something?
Subdivision, or is it? I've never been to Monroe.
No, it's a tree house in the forest. Of course, it's in a subdivision.
I couldn't tell.
Well, I mean, I'm being a little bit mean. It could be anywhere, I guess, technically, but obviously it's in some sort of populated area.
Yeah, it's a subdivision in Monroe.
Okay. I see. Is it like a 1-story, 2-story house, or
1-story ranch.
One-story ranch?
You got all that?
Yeah.
So we're good to go. You have an emergency contact.
Yeah, my sister.
You want to give us
I don't think he wants her to find out what happened.
her name and number?
What's he saying? They're bleeping it out.
Okay.
Unless he was just saying her address. That'd be the same as his address.
So you no longer live at this on your
No.
driver's license?
Not since the end of '05.
Okay. Pete, you know that you're under arrest. We've already established that. And I'd like to talk to you about your situation.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure that you have a side of your story. And I know what I've seen. I know what I've read about.
This guy, I don't know, just looking at him sends chills up my spine.
I've looked at the chat logs. And
Like, just imagine this guy being alone in a house with a minor, which is what he was trying to do.
you came to Highland Heights to meet someone. But if you would like to talk to me about that, I would like to hear about it. But that's completely up to you.
Mm-hmm. I can fill you in.
Okay.
When I originally decided to do that, I was having second thoughts.
It's funny how he says, when I originally decided to do that. It's like, do what? It's almost like he's ashamed to even say it because he knows it's wrong. And he's like, oh, I'm having second thoughts. Having second thoughts about doing something and then doing it anyway when you know it's illegal and wrong is not some kind of a defense. But we hear that from James Rutherford. We hear that from a lot of these guys. They're like, if you look at the chat, I really thought about doing this. I really had second thoughts about this. I almost turned around. It's like, so? Unless you did turn around, it's still wrong. And quite frankly, even if you did turn around, you still had the chat and you still attempted to do it. And we've seen guys on Takedown. I think his name was Timothy. He's like, he did say, yeah, one time they almost caught him in another sting, but he did turn around and he went home. But guess what? It's not because of some kind of conscience. It's because he chickened out. And then he just, months or a year later does the same thing again. So even if he had second thoughts, the fact that he went this far, that he was willing to have this disgusting chat, say all this stuff, and was willing to drive over, even if he did have second thoughts and backed out, he would have eventually built up the, quote, courage. I hate to use that word because it's not courageous, but he would eventually built up the nerve to actually go through with it. So if it wasn't this time, it would have been the next time. So he's just trying to say, oh, I really had second thoughts. Kind of like, don't doubt that there's a part of me that knows right from wrong. Clearly there's not.
And I had a feeling.
Yeah, and then he's like, I had a feeling. He had a feeling that it was some kind of a sting or it wasn't real. That was the reason he was having second thoughts, not because what he was going to do to a minor is disgusting and horrific and illegal.
Guess because I watched too many police shows.
Mm-hmm. Now, you said when you originally decided to do that, what are we talking about?
Well,
Yeah, she's just like, yeah, I don't care about your bullshit excuse. Just admit to what you did.
I originally decided to make the trip around 5 or 6 this evening. So I went, I ran an errand, and I talked myself out of going, went back home, And
Yeah, that's the thing. He says, he talked himself out of going. They don't see it as I did the right thing and I'm in the clear. The more they think about it, the more they're going to think about what they missed out on. They're like, damn, what if it wasn't a sting? What if this was real? Then I'm missing out of this opportunity that I put so much grooming effort into. So they're like, you know what? Maybe I should talk to this person again and just ask them again if they're cops, or just do whatever they have to do for the mental gymnastics to allow themselves to do it. And then they always end up doing it and they get caught.
I hooked up with her again.
Online?
Yeah,
Hooked up with who?
Kylie.
Kylie.
Yeah. And I decided to, I don't know why I decided to follow through on it.
You don't? It's because you're a predator.
What?
I should have.
Like he has to live with the thoughts in his head, so he has to know the kind of person he is. He was there every single moment, typing every single one of these things in any video chats or whatever they had with this decoy. He was there typing it, so he knows the kind of person he is. So how could he be surprised that he followed through with it?
I've never done that before.
You've never met anybody in a chat room?
Well, I've met women in chat rooms, but you know, I have friends in the chat rooms.
And by that, it means he probably harasses women in chat rooms. Any woman that knows what he looks like is unlikely to continue chatting with him.
Who are my age or a little younger, but not that young.
Not that young, being 13.
Right, or under 20. But they're all friends.
And there's no way, I'm pretty sure I watched another YouTube video and they said that he just had like a history of like really creepy stalking kind of behavior of basically any woman he talked to, he would just send them pictures of himself, inappropriate pictures and that kind of thing. So I doubt he just had all these women friends online that was never inappropriate, and this was the first young person he talked to, because he got caught with stuff, very bad illegal stuff on his computer. You know what I'm talking about. So clearly he had an interest in this age of person. So for him to say that they were all adults except this one time is just a complete lie.
And you know that all I've done is talk to him. I've exchanged with a few of them. I've exchanged phone numbers, and we've been talking on and off for months. Sometimes I don't go into the chat room for a couple of days or a week because I'm busy and tired. On the weekends, sometimes I like to just relax and get on and chat with the friends of mine who are on there. And
So where are you when you chat?
in my room.
At home?
Mm-hmm.
The address you gave us?
Yeah.
In the basement?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny, he's kind of just talking about the general details about it, of who he talks to and all that stuff, where she's just more like, where's your house? Where's your room? Where are you at when you're typing this stuff? Like she wants the specifics that they need to incriminate him.
Do you have one PC, two?
One.
Okay. You have a webcam?
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that you use, like a PDA or Trio, so
Just the
that you can stay connected? Everybody's connected these days.
Just the cam and the computer.
One thing I don't like is when Catherine Reed tries to be friends with him, like when she was talking to Travis Fowler and she was talking about whatever that old TV show was. She's like, that was a Laverne and Shirley, I think it was. And she's like, that was a good show, wasn't it? It's like someone's been busted. They're in an interrogation room. They're not about to laugh and reminisce about old TV shows or, everyone's connected these days. Like, look at Paul's face here. He's not a guy who's impressed, and he's a guy that knows how much trouble he's in.
Okay. So is it a PC or a laptop?
PC.
And when you started Do you like go through like Yahoo to chat, or what do you go through to chat? I mean, what do you go through to chat?
Well, I go on a MySpace chat room, the Ohio MySpace chat room. That's where I've been recently.
Is that where you met Callie?
Mhm.
Tell me how you found her.
I'm going to venture a guess here and say he's always out searching for people of that age. And he probably hits up every single one of them, and pretty much all of them ignore him. Once in a while, he gets through. In this case, he got through because it was a decoy who's looking to catch guys like him doing it. But he just saw either her age or a very young-looking girl and struck up a conversation with her. Let's see what he says.
To tell you the truth, I'm not really sure. All I know is that I went into the Ohio chat room one night. And,
You liar. I just finished doing another commentary. I can't remember if it was for this or Takedown or what, but the guy is like, oh, I like they don't know how it happened. They just ended up talking. Or maybe it was Jim Roach. It's just like, yeah, I just somehow ended up talking to him. I don't remember how it started. Kind of like he doesn't know if it was him or the decoy that started. It's always the predator, always. They saw the profile of the young person and reached out to them and initiated the conversation and initiated all the inappropriate conversation, all the inappropriate talk. It's never the other way around. So for him to say, I don't really know how it started, it just kind of came about. All I know, even James Rutherford was like, I was just in an Ohio chat room. If you're just in a chat room with no ill intent, you don't suddenly find yourself talking to a minor and getting arrested. You only do that if you set out to actually do it. So it's exactly what happened here. He knows exactly what happened. He saw her profile and struck up a conversation with her.
somehow we just struck up a conversation, and
Oh, weird. I wonder if he used the exact phrase I did. Maybe this is subconsciously in my mind from the last time I covered it.
we exchanged instant messenger IDs. I think, well,
He said they exchange instant messenger IDs. I will bet anything he's the one that wanted that because he didn't want them tracking MySpace. He didn't want them tracking the conversation. So he's like, let's move it off to a different platform and then just do it over text or whatever. I bet you that was all his idea.
didn't chat in private until we went into the Yahoo instant messenger, and then exchanged information. Gave her my name and age. She seemed okay with it. As I said, I've never chatted with anyone in their 20s.
And he seems to have that nervous tick whenever he lies. He starts rubbing his hand. Because we know that's true. Earlier he said no one under the age of 20. Now he's like no one under the age of 20s. Which I guess is kind of the same thing, but not quite. And then we find out later that that's entirely not true. That he's all about the underage people.
But
But this time you were okay with her being 13.
yeah, it was just first it was
Yeah, he's never done this before. He never talks to any women under their 20s. But for some reason, he started talking to this really young girl and then moved the conversation with her off the platform to a private conversation. If she was just one of many girls he was talking to and the rest of them were all adults, like why was he doing that with her? Like, or is it just any woman that gives him the time of day, he moves to a private conversation so he can, go into full perv mode on them or something?
regular chatting. We didn't really get how can I put that? We didn't really get involved in special chats.
Mm-hmm.
And he calls them special chats. Like, he just thinks if he uses soft language, it'll make it sound disgusting. This isn't illegal or gross or totally wrong. It's just special chats. It's like makes it sound better. Does he actually use that phrase in his own mind?
She mentioned that she was with a boy 2 years older than she was, and told me how that went.
You asked her how that went.
Mm-hmm. Off the
Yeah, he just goes right by the predator playbook. They all ask the same things. Are you a virgin? You know, what kind of stuff? Like, how old's your oldest boyfriend? What kind of stuff did you do with him? They all say the exact same things, and they probably think they're so clever and great conversationalists, and it's like they're just complete scumbags. They all do the same thing.
top of my head, I don't know the specifics. All I know is, I asked her how it went and how she liked it, and what all they did together, and I just don't know what made me want to follow through on it.
It's because you're a predator. We know exactly why you wanted to follow through on it. You're not a special case, Paul. It's not like you're a normal guy who doesn't do this kind of thing. You are exactly the kind of guy that does this kind of thing all the time.
As I said, I left the house once and changed my mind.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh, so now he's not just talking about changing his mind. He actually left the house and turned around. But like I said, they'll always go back. We see that quite a bit now on Takedown, where the guys they'll be like, no, like you're too young, and they'll hang up. And then like 2 hours later, they'll call back and continue talking and end up showing up. Because their desire to do it just completely obliterates any part of them that knows it's wrong and is trying to stop them from doing it.
kind of wish I stayed with my gut feeling,
Yeah. So, what did you all talk about before you planned on coming over to visit?
What are we all talking about?
You had mentioned about special talk.
Yeah. You said that you didn't really have special chat in the beginning. What's special chat?
Well, what I considered special chats is cybering.
Pretending,
Mm-hmm.
role playing.
Yeah.
So did you have any of those early on?
No. Just not to my knowledge.
Okay. What about before you came over?
I basically, when we set it back up, I basically asked her to wear a skirt. She told me when we originally decided to meet, we were going to meet at the bowling alley across the street, and she told me what she was going to wear. Told her what I was going to wear.
I could take this moment to point out that Paul just seems like the most boring individual imaginable. Not only does he look gross, he just doesn't put any effort into the way he dresses. He just talks so boringly. Like, is it any surprise that this guy is divorced and can't find any women his own age?
Now there was a little more conversation than that prior to determining where you were going to meet about kissing and hugging.
Yeah, I was mentioning to her that I'm romantic. I'm compassionate. Or I wouldn't mind kissing her. It's something.
Can you imagine this guy kissing anyone, let alone a very young girl? That is revolting.
I've never done.
It went beyond that as well.
Yeah, I don't remember what I said, to tell you the truth.
Do you chat a lot?
Well, they can remind him. They have the chat log. Remind him what he said.
Do I chat a lot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, with women my own age or in the neighborhood.
So you have a lot of cyber chat where you role play and you talk about sex.
Yeah, with women over 25.
So now, first he said over 20, and then he said in their 20s. Now he's saying over 25.
Well, let's talk about specifically what you
Yeah, let's talk about specifics, Paul.
said to her
You tell him, Catherine Reed.
that you don't remember.
We just need some clarification. That's all we're looking for and I think you're being honest with us, and that's
Yeah.
all we're looking for.
Trying to be.
And
I just want to understand,
it's-
where we were going with this.
I don't.
And if you can explain it for me, then, it makes things, I'm cool with it, he's cool with it.
To tell you the truth, I'm not saying I've never chatted before, that's a given.
Yeah.
But as I said, I've never chatted with anyone under, I'll say 20 to be safe.
Okay, so now we're back to 20.
Most of the women I meet are in their 30s and 40s. And it's just, fun chat.
Well, let's talk about this real quick.
So if most of the women you talk to are in their 30s and 40s, and you're implying that that's who you're most interested in because that's closer to your age, why did you drive to this girl's house to meet her when she's underage instead of going to meet any of these other supposed women that you're also talking to? Why is this the one you chose to go and do this illegal stuff with?
screen name do you go by?
In Yahoo or in MySpace?
Fucking wherever, Paul. It doesn't matter. What are your screen names? What are the names you use to do this illegal stuff? That's what they're getting at.
Both.
MySpace is Paul.
Paul.
Yeah, that's what my MySpace ID is.
Paul, just Paul.
Yeah. In the Yahoo chat or in the Yahoo Instant Messenger, it's Pete11, but with an underscore between Pete and Wood.
This here, on this chat, that's you?
Yes.
Okay. And this is the person you were talking with?
Yes.
Kylie, Kyllee.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you recognize that?
Yeah.
And do you remember when you started chatting with Kylie?
Originally,
Yeah.
What does he mean originally? When you started doing it originally? What else does started doing it means? Make me angry, Paul.
probably in 1 to 2 weeks.
Do you usually talk to somebody that long?
That
I
long?
mean, yeah, over that amount of time? 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of my friends I chat with almost every night.
So you can...
And I bet you any of these people he's chatting with that are women, guaranteed they don't know what he looks like.
consider her a friend?
Yeah, I guess.
You talk about in your chat that you're a lonely guy. What's that about?
Well,
You said you've been living with your sister since January.
Yeah.
So
Well,
bring me up to that point.
Okay, I was married in '01. Married for 4 years. We separated. She moved back in with her family. I moved to Westchester.
Again, I think this is another instance where one of these predators is in the midst of a divorce or recently divorced. And I have a very, very strong feeling that they are 100% or very close to 100% responsible for the breakup of that marriage. And it's probably the activities that they are caught doing here that is the reason that led to the marriage breaking up. His mind was elsewhere. He was not paying attention to her. He was probably on the computer all the time. She kept complaining about it. He would make up excuses of what he was doing on there when he was actually doing illegal, very disturbing things. And they would fight about it, and eventually they got divorced. And then he wound up living in his sister's basement at the age of 40, whatever he is. And he can't imagine why his life is turning out wrong when he's just completely screwing it up because he's a complete deviant, disgusting person.
and then I lived there for a year, and then January of this year I moved in with my sister.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why is he moving in with his sister? Like, can't he just get a job and get an apartment, even if he has to live with a roommate or something? Like, he just can't even do the basic things that college students do. He's like 45 or something. He just can't even get like a job and just work, get a basement apartment or something. Like, I don't get it. Like, his only option was to move in with his sister. Like, is he even paying rent there, or is she just supporting him? Like, is she buying all his food and stuff too? Like, what, he just sits around all day on the computer?
My wife and I were very close for 2 of the 4 years, and we started drifting apart, and we're still friends, but we decided to separate. I'm in the middle of
I'd like to talk to that wife. I wonder if she thinks that they're really friends.
a divorce. I'm in the middle of filing for divorce.
You filed?
Yeah. I'm going to file. I've got the paperwork already.
So you're separated, actually.
We've been
He's just been busy chatting up minors online, so he hasn't had time to fill the paperwork out.
separated a little over a year. But we're still friends. We still see each other.
Sounds like you're in between relationships.
Basically.
Okay.
Nah, I think he's post relationships at this point. There's no hope in the future for him.
Specifically, you talked to Kylie about, and you say special chat with you here on the phone while we're both alone. I'd love us to make each other feel good because I'm lonely tonight. Where were you going with
Well,
that?
basically a romantic chat.
Okay. Do you recall
He thinks it sounds better if he calls it romantic chat rather than what it actually was.
having this conversation?
Not word for word, but yes.
Okay, tell me about it.
I just suggested that we could get together and cuddle on the couch, watch movies or watch TV.
Yeah, this guy was full on grooming behavior. He was all talking about tickling her and all this stuff. I can't remember, I haven't read his full chat, so I don't know how graphic it got later on. But it was all just starting with initiating some kind of touch that could possibly be innocent. Maybe not between a strange 40-something-year-old man and a young girl that he meets online, because no touch is appropriate there. But it's the kind of thing that, if your brothers or dad or uncle or, grandpa, the kind of thing, like, even between friends, you wrestle around and that kind of stuff, just general horseplay. That's kind of what he was getting at, tickling and cuddling and all this stuff like that. But we know exactly where that was leading, and that's inappropriate. It's just pure grooming coming from a guy like this. He has no business putting his hands on anyone of that age, let alone the complete stranger he met online. So he's just trying to make it look like it's not as bad as it was.
I've told her on a few occasions that I am kind of lonely and I don't have many friends.
Well, maybe you should go out and get some friends. Maybe there's a reason for that, Paul. And why are you dumping this on a girl of that age anyway? Like, her job is to help middle-aged losers find friendships and meaningful relationships. That is not her problem. Go out there and just meet other people.
That's why I go into the chat rooms.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought we could keep each other company.
Keep each other company, kind of like it'd be a mutually beneficial thing. He's helping her, he's helping him. No, this is a completely predatory relationship. There's nothing about this that would benefit her in the slightest.
Think you would have wanted more?
I don't know.
I mean, you're lonely, I understand. And a lot of things are on your mind. Divorce, separation. Those are natural feelings. Okay? I understand.
Yes, thank you, Counselor Nishki.
Do you think once you got up here cuddling and being together, watching movies, do you think there could have been a point where possibly it could have went further?
Well, I would try to draw the line at cuddling.
You would try to draw the line? As in, it's a possibility that you couldn't do it, that you don't have the willpower to do it. You would try to do it, but there's a possibility you couldn't. 100% guaranteed you could not. You would likely not even try to draw the line. If this was a real situation and he was really in that room right now with that girl, there would be nothing stopping him from doing this. No part of him would be like, hey man, stop doing this. And if there was, he would shut that down immediately and just go and do whatever the hell he wanted. 100%. I would try to draw the line. You either will or you won't. Come on, Paul.
In your chat, you specifically told her that you'd like to have oral sex.
Yeah, there you go.
So probably would have went a little bit further.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
And you graphically talked about how you would do that in her breasts.
So yeah, it started off with all the cuddling and tickling stuff, but then, as we're finding out here, it got much more graphic, but he's just trying to only bring up the part where he was talking about the cuddling and stuff to try to make it not sound so bad. And then when they confront him with the oral stuff, he's just like, oh yeah, I guess so.
You talked about staying the night. You talked about her being sexy in her nightgown. That you'd be rubbing her thighs, massaging and kissing her breasts. And then you talked to her about if she had ever gone down on a guy, the guy that she had been with. And then you talk about that this aroused you, that you were ready to masturbate, to ejaculate from
Okay, so yeah, that's very, very graphic.
the conversation. So you did expect to have something happen when you went to the house?
Yeah, but I don't know what would have happened. I would have.
It doesn't matter what would or could have happened. It's what you intended to happen, what you want to happen. If you were in there alone with that girl, you would have made damn sure everything you wanted to do happened. If you had unlimited time with her, there is nothing that was on your mind that you had planned this entire chat that you would not have done. So stop trying to pretend like you said all this stuff, you had all these plans, all the stuff you wanted to do, you discussed it with her, you put it in writing, and then you went over it and, yeah, maybe it'll happen, maybe not. We'll leave it up to see. No, you had a definite plan, Paul.
Just played it by ear.
But your intention was to have sex tonight, or oral sex.
If it went.
Yeah, if you have the intention of doing a crime and you get caught right before you're about to do the crime, it doesn't mean you get off the hook because you didn't get a chance to do it yet. And you can't claim, well, I may not have done it when you were absolutely trying to do it.
That far, yeah.
Okay.
Did you bring anything with you? Anything special with you? Bring any movies or
Mike's Hard Lemonade, anything?
anything with you tonight?
No.
Okay.
Just that bag of pop.
Okay, bag of pop. Was that for you, or did she mention you to bring that, or?
No, it was for me.
Okay.
So were you going to stay the night?
No, it wasn't.
No.
No, I had made my mind up to not stay the night.
Okay.
What a responsible man. He decided he's going to go to church instead of staying over at this miner's house.
What made you change your mind about that? In the chat, you indicated that you would spend the night.
Yeah. Well, I was thinking about it coming down here, and I'm actively involved in my church, and I have obligations to them.
So that would have made the difference. You could have came down here and had sex.
So you're kind of screwing this church over too. You have obligations at church. Now you're going to jail and can't fulfill your obligations.
With her, but as long as you didn't stay the night, it was
Right.
okay.
Well, I wasn't I wasn't planning to spend the night because I had plans for tomorrow anyway.
To go to church?
Hmm.
Is there any on your computer? I know you chat a lot, and you said nobody under 20. If that was ever looked at, would there be anybody else around the age of 13, 14 on there that you chatted with? If somebody looked at it?
There's a few around 15.
Okay.
Oh, so he went from 20 to in their 20s to 25 to back to 20, and now he's saying that there are some around 15. So yeah, it seems like the more they talk to him, the more they get out of him. He's trying to be evasive and lie, but it turns out it's he's not being truthful until they pry it out of him, and then we find out it's even worse. So he was starting off trying to say this is a rare thing to talk to someone of that age, and then we find out it's not. He's done it before, multiple times.
And have you ever tried to meet them?
No.
How long ago was that?
How long ago did I meet him?
Yeah. How long?
At least a year.
Okay. And what'd you guys talk about?
Just normal stuff, sports, school, activities.
Did you get into a little bit of the cybering too?
Okay, that silence is a yes. And I doubt he talked about other stuff. He might have occasionally they discussed something other than his main interest, which is sex. But I bet you he always steered it back like they always do to talking about that. And usually it's the other person that would bring that up, and he would just change the subject back to sex every time. They're all like that.
Not with most of them.
But you did with some of
With
them.
some. It was the same type of talk that you had here with Kylie. I think it's how it's spelled.
Basically the same, yeah.
Okay.
So if this conversation with this young girl, Kylie, that he's busted for here today, that's pretty much the template guaranteed of what he was talking about with the other people. There's no way that just this one, for some reason, was really bad. The other ones, he was talking about sports and other activities. No, they were all like this. He was doing this to like every possible girl he could possibly meet, and this is the one he got busted on. But they were all like this.
On your computer, at your place there, there isn't any type of pictures of minors or anything on there, is there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Do you visit any type of,
Well, look at his hand there. Look at his hand. As soon as he said that, he did that weird twitch thing. Let's watch that again.
there isn't any type of pictures of minors or anything on there, is there?
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay. Do you visit any type of, fairly legal?
Yeah, that's very, very telling. Right there, they know, yep, he has that stuff on his computer.
Or anything like that? Underage, any type of websites or anything like that that you're aware of?
No.
Okay, so nothing like that would be
He's just frantically rubbing his hand right now.
on there.
So obvious he's lying.
Let's see.
What about, you said you had a webcam. Have you ever exchanged any explicit photographs or any pictures of you masturbating or while you're cybering? Have
No.
a more interactive situation where you can see them and they can see you,
Not with minors.
but it may be on your computer.
I'm not sure. I understand.
Photographs of you through the web.
Oh, it might be. I don't know. All I know about that webcam is that it's just a live feed. It doesn't save any still pictures.
Okay.
But have you exposed yourself? I mean, genitalia or anything?
Not
like
to
that?
minors.
Okay, not to minors, okay.
Have you ever sent any
And I highly doubt that's true. I bet you he's done that with them before.
pornographic pictures to other adults?
To other adults, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, the other friends of mine.
Okay. Are these men, women?
It's women.
Okay. So you term them as friends?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What sets them aside from someone who you may be interested in having a relationship, or are you interested in all at any given time?
I am interested in one specifically for a potential relationship. We've been...
Then why weren't you going to meet her? Put your efforts and your focus on her. If she's an adult, that would have been the better thing to do. It's not illegal and you wouldn't be in the situation. If you're interested in a relationship with this adult woman, why the hell are you here getting caught talking to this underage girl?
She lives in Oklahoma. And we basically talk every night. Not online, but we talk every night. We've chatted on her nights off.
Mm-hmm. Now, in this particular chat with Kylie, there you referred to another person that you were chatting with. Do you remember who that was?
Yeah, she's 19.
So his bullshit about under 25, under 20, and then we find out there's a bunch of 15-year-olds and a 19-year-old. Obviously, the 19-year-old isn't illegal, but it still proves he's lying.
Her name is...
And again, he's like rubbing his shoulder. He's just doing all these like self-soothing, pacifying tics that are probably an indication of that he's lying. I'm not a professional, but that's what I would gather.
Her name is Brenda.
Is that her screen name, or is that her name that she's
Well, I
given
believe
you?
it's her name, because she also uses it as her screen name.
Just Brenda?
Mm-hmm.
No numbers? Or
No.
And that's the 19-year-old you were talking about?
Yeah.
Okay. From Oklahoma?
No, that one is a 47-year-old.
Okay.
So you don't discriminate as far as how old or young they are?
You should discriminate. You should discriminate very hard because if you don't discriminate, it gets you arrested.
No.
I'm gonna be right back. I'll step out for a second. I'll
Yeah.
be right back.
Is there a chance I can get a glass of water?
Yeah, I'll take care of that for you in a few minutes. Go ahead.
Well, I'm just wanting to know what's going to happen from here.
Well, at this point, we're going to write up your citation, and we're going to get you transported to the local jail, and then they'll process you there, and then you'll have an arraignment, and they'll set your bail. I don't know, that it may be Monday before that happens, or later. So you're going to be spending the night at least.
So will I be able to, well, the two main questions I have is, am I going to be able to attend church tomorrow? And am I going to be able to go back to work on Monday?
You're not going to be going to church tomorrow.
Okay, I can live with that.
I don't know about work. That's going to depend on when you're arraigned and when your bail's set.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't make any promises on that.
Okay.
That's an unknown right now.
I hope he lost his job and his church kicked him out and his sister kicked him out of the house. This guy deserves to have horrible things happen to him.
One of my most important questions. I know I did something wrong. Okay, I admit that.
You admit that you came to see a 13-year-old and have sex with them.
Yeah.
He's just kind of like, yeah, not realizing you just incriminated yourself. You just admitted to everything. I bet you in court they could just play that last 5 seconds and that'd be enough to convict you.
And I feel bad about it. I can't explain it, but I know I did something wrong. And what I'm driving at is...
He thinks that if he admits to it and admits to what he did and looks like he feels guilty, maybe they'll help him out by not telling his sister.
Is my sister going to be notified about this?
Not unless you tell her.
Like, you're a damn friggin' mid-40s man, Paul. Now you're just, not only you're living with your sister, but now you're worried that they're going to tell on you.
Okay, so you have no reason to bring my sister into this
Now,
situation.
She might notice when you're just suddenly gone for 5 years, but, you know, they're not going to directly tell her.
we'd like to take a look at your computer if you wanted to give us consent to do that. You know,
Does it have to be at the residence, or can I bring it somewhere for you guys to do
Well,
it?
What an idiot. Why would they let him get his hands on the computer after he's been arrested? Yeah, sure, just go home and sometime in the next week or two, bring it on down. Like he's not going to delete everything and or destroy it. Does he think they're idiots? What the hell? Why would you even ask that?
you're going to be in jail.
Yeah, I know I'm under investigation for murder, so do you mind? Could you just let me go and I'll bring you all the evidence, you know, the murder weapon and stuff? Why would they do that?
So, you know, we would have to be able to get access to that computer. You know, are you the only one that uses the computer? Or does your sister use it as well?
That computer is mine. She has her own.
And it's in your room
Yeah.
on the basement level of the house.
Mhm.
And you say she has a computer,
She has her own laptop that she uses.
a laptop.
Yeah.
And where does she keep it?
On the main floor. Either in her office or out in the living room.
Okay.
What I was driving at is, it seems that she is going to find out.
Yeah, it does seem like that.
Because if you have to have access to the computer.
When you live with someone and you go to prison for a while, they're probably going to notice that you don't come home. And she might actually be thrilled at that. If it was a different scenario, she's probably thrilled that you're gone from the home, but she's not going to be thrilled that she is now going to be humiliated because everyone's going to know this about her. She tried to help you. She tried to do the right thing and help you get on your feet. And then this is how you repay her, is by doing this horrible crime that she is now associated with. The neighbors are going to see the cops coming to her house, and they're going to want to know what's going on. And she's forever going to be associated with that because she tried to help you.
You have to go to the residence to do it.
Right. Well, there's different ways to deal with this. And, I mean, if you want to cooperate, you know, and give us consent to look at your computer, you know, we'll gladly.
We saw this with Jeremy Todd West recently, where he was just, you know, absolutely mortified that his grandparents, I think it was, that he lived with, were going to find out. And, you know, he's like, they have nothing to do with this. You know, don't go to their house. But maybe think of that before you do this kind of crime. And if you have that kind of concern for your family and friends and other people in your life who are going to be negatively affected by this, maybe you should have that same level of concern for this young girl that you were going to do these horrible things to. So it makes me think that they're not so concerned about causing some sort of, you know, putting out their family members or causing some sort of embarrassment for them. They just don't want people they know, especially the people they live with, who they're mooching off of, to find out what they did, because they will no longer be able to leech off these people and live with them. His sister's going to kick him out, and then he's going to have nowhere to go. When he gets out of prison, he's going to have to find a job instead of crashing at her house. So they're not good people just because he's, you know, he goes into how he wants to repair the relationship because they've had a rough life and all this bullshit. Like, yeah, right. You have no concern for your fellow human beings, Paul, or you wouldn't have done this. All right, rant over.
Gladly take your consent to do so.
I'm trying to kind of build my life back again. You know, I know.
How? You're living in your sister's basement, chatting up minors. How the hell are you trying to put your life back together?
This is a big setback.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be tough for you. But you're doing the right thing. I mean,
But
you're facing it head on, and, you know, that's the way to deal with things.
what I'm wanting not to do is have to explain any of this to my sister. I'm not trying to keep anything from her, but I'm trying to turn my life around. I'm trying to recuperate from my divorce. And
But what does he mean recuperate from the divorce? Like, I get it. I've never been divorced, but I understand it must be difficult. But a lot of people go through it, and they don't wind up doing this. Most of them are able to move out, get their own place, continue working at their same job, or get a different job or a better job. They don't go live in their sister's basement and then just be a total bum and go online chatting with minors. That's not a thing. It's not like, oh yeah, it's expected to do that if you're getting divorced. No, and I have a feeling that this started long before he got divorced. This was a problem when he and his wife lived together, guaranteed.
get on my feet financially and otherwise.
Mm-hmm. Why are you fearful for your sister to find out?
Well, I'm trying to,
Because she's going to kick him out of the house, obviously.
I'm getting back into church, and she and I are bonding now, and we never did bond before.
Mm-hmm.
We had a hard life, and if I think I'm going to lose her love and her trust if she finds out what I did and why I did it.
What does it mean? Why? Like, there's going to be a good reason why you did it?
That's kind of why I was.
I can't promise you that she's not going to find out. That's a part of you having to deal with moving forward and dealing with that. I can't promise you.
Yeah, but like Agent Rita said early on, there's two routes you can come in here. You can sit here and tell us nothing and just be hardcore, or you can take the route you've taken and say, okay, I made a mistake. I can only go up now. And that's what you're doing. You're taking.
Oh, no, Paul. You can't only go up. You can go way, way down. If you read his wiki page, he does. He goes way down. And to this day, he's not doing good.
You're being open about it, and that's, to me, that means a lot. And you're heading straight forward. You're being upfront with us, and that's, a lot of times we don't get that. That speaks volumes for you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you're active in the church, and I know you want to get your life around. And it sounds like some of it's worked for you. Because you got in here and said this or that. But like Agent Reed says, we can't tell you that it's not, your sister's not going to know.
I mean, she's obviously gonna find out when you don't come home that something's up.
Well,
she's gonna have questions for you,
she's
right?
She's busy this weekend. She's not expected home until sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Ah, how coincidental. Paul waited till his sister went away so that he could go and do this without having to explain why he's leaving for the night. And then he wants to not have her find out so that he can protect her feelings or whatever bullshit reason he gave.
Yeah.
But
Do you have any kids? Did I miss that earlier? No. So you don't have any children. Does she?
no.
Thank God.
So, go ahead.
Well, as I said, she won't be scheduled home until tomorrow afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
And as you said, there's probably no way that she will not find out. I just don't know how I'm going to explain it.
I just skimmed the wiki page and there's a 2026 update. Apparently now Paul is living in some kind of it's like a nursing home kind of place that's looks like it's for offenders such as him. So it's he's not necessarily in prison, but it's probably an unpleasant place that he's not having a good time in, hopefully.
Yeah.
I can tell her I was arrested, and if she asks what for, I'm gonna have to tell her the truth. I don't want to lie to my
That's
sister.
your
This is not the police's problem, Paul. This is your own damn fault. Tell your sister whatever the hell you want. Their job is just to put you in jail.
call. That's your
Yeah.
call, and you're gonna have time to think about it before she gets back. You know how you're gonna deal with that. And did you have a cell phone or anything?
I hope she finds out on the news, like before he has a chance to find her and spin the story in his own for his own benefit. I hope she just sees him getting thrown to the ground by the Kentucky Bureau of Investigation and handcuffed.
With you when you
No,
came?
I don't have a cell phone.
So you don't own a cell phone at all?
No.
And your PC down in the basement with you, that's the only PC. Is there another PC in the house? Or?
Well, the other one's my sister's, but this is the only one I use. I
Okay.
don't.
So there's a
Probably should have been quiet about his sisters because now they're probably going to take that one too.
laptop that she keeps upstairs.
She keeps upstairs.
Yeah.
Okay.
I only use my PC.
Now, is there a separate entrance to the basement that you use, or do you?
No, it goes upstairs into the kitchen.
So you have to come in where to get to your
I
Right.
come in through the garage.
through the
and
garage?
into the kitchen and make a turn and go right downstairs.
Well, I guess the biggest thing is, I guess regarding to consent, so which way you're on, so we kind of know which way to go with you. I mean, if you feel like you want to consent regarding, checking everything out, verifying everything, she has a form. It's up to you if you want to sign it or not. If you do, she'll have you sign it. If you want to consent to have your computer and stuff checked out. If you don't, but that's up to you. Okay.
Is it gonna hurt my case if I refuse the consent?
No, it's your right.
It's your call.
It's your call.
I mean, consent.
I'm
If
not
you
gonna-
want to say no, it's not going to change what we've talked about here.
So,
What they mean is they're going to get a search warrant either way. It's just a little bit easier if you consent to it, but if not, they're still going to do it. So
You've told me the truth. I'm cool with that. If you tell me no, I just take that blank paper back out the door. Or if you tell me yes, we'll sit here and we'll fill it out. You'll get to read it. You'll know exactly what it says, and everybody will feel good about it, and we'll have
Paul won't feel good about it, nor should he.
consent to look at the computer. I mean, that's your call.
I think I'm going to refuse the consent.
okay. That's all it comes about.
See, we're not tough guys. We just and girls. We just want to find out what happened and go easy. Nobody's been mean to you or rude.
They should. I wish they were like the Ohio cops where they just, cut the crap and they don't put up with the predator's lies and bullshit.
That I know of. So, not that this is a good experience for you, but I hope that you can.
I've learned it.
You can
Yeah.
build off of it.
Yeah.
Adrian, I'll be stepping out. If you need anything, just let me know.
Okay, I'll be out in a few minutes. It's Westwood.
Another question I've got, and so I know what's going to happen. When all is said and done, and all this,
Like, does he always talk like this in the boring, monotonous, monotone voice? Or is it just the pressure he's under, he's just, like, depressed or something? Because it would just be so boring having to sit here listening to this guy yap away.
is processed, am I going to lose my truck?
They will.
That's the best way I can ask.
They will take your vehicle to a secure location, And at that point, once you get out of jail, you can make arrangements to see what the plan is with your vehicle. I'm not sure at this point how that will be addressed.
Mm-hmm.
But once you get out of jail, you can ask them about your vehicle, and they'll give you that information freely. Okay?
All right.
And you go by Paul, you said, on MySpace, right? Is that,
Mm-hmm.
do you use any other nicknames or alias?
No, just Paul.
And can you give me your address one more time?
I guess we got to sit through more of the boring housekeeping stuff where they have to bleep out his private information. I think we're past the most entertaining part, but we still have like just under half the video left. I guess we'll just keep going.
Okay, and that emergency phone number?
I'm just gonna skip through some of this stuff.
Okay, is the information on your ID here, height, weight, all that correct?
No, I'm
Height, 5'10"?
5'10", and I weigh 216.
Hair color brown.
Hair color bald.
And eye color hazel.
I'll skip ahead and see if there's anything more interesting that happens. Oh, now he's sitting by himself. Looks like he's sitting by himself for a long time. I saw a video on YouTube yesterday called something that like a guy sitting on the couch doing nothing for 8 hours, and it's an 8-hour video of a guy just sitting on a couch looking at the camera, and it had like 1.2 million views or something. Seems kind of unfair that I put effort into these videos and then some guy just sitting there staring at the camera gets a million views. But you know what? I'm gonna I'm gonna be proud of my TCAP commentaries that at least I'm putting effort into them. And honestly, that guy staring at the couch was more interesting than listening to Paul Westwood. Well, I wouldn't say listening to him talk, but it's more interesting than looking at him just sit here in misery. Although it's kind of good. I kind of enjoy it. Think about what you did, Paul. You're going to be going to prison. And your sister's going to kick you out. And then 20 years later, you're going to be living in some sort of psychiatric facility. Okay, he's just sitting here. Oh, Catherine Reed's coming back. You could probably just go and dig through the pockets of those coats there and see if there's anything valuable in them.
You doing all right?
As best as I can be.
Pardon?
As good as I can be.
Yeah, it's not a good situation.
Yeah, plus I'm exhausted.
Yeah. Well, almost.
It must be kind of aggravating that you have to generally be nice to these guys and worry about their well-being and take care of them and make sure they're okay. Because their personal feelings are probably very, very different than that, as I'm sure all of ours are, but they have to be professional. They got to follow the law.
Finished up with the paperwork here, and then I'll call the jail to have somebody transport you. so it shouldn't be a whole lot longer. So you just sit tight.
Okay,
Yeah.
there's nothing gonna be done about this until Monday?
Most likely it'll be Monday or after.
Yeah, judges shouldn't have to work weekends just to deal with guys like you.
I can't tell you when the judge will hear the arraignment.
So I'll be sitting in jail all day tomorrow?
Most likely, yeah.
We're not really concerned about your comfort. You're going to be sitting in jail for a long time to come. Maybe you should have thought of that before doing this horrible crime. You just thought you were going to be able to do this and then just, like, nothing bad would happen. There'd be no discomfort or anything that's going to embarrass you or put you out. Why would you think that? You should have known the consequences.
Okay. In situations like this, you don't release on, well, I'm not saying on good behavior, but
Good behavior. You got caught trying to meet a minor, Paul. You haven't even gone to the jail yet. Why would they be releasing you on good behavior? You haven't done anything recently that was good behavior.
you don't write a summons and
Do you have other past offenses?
no.
I think he just wants to get home as quickly as possible and destroy that computer because the police found CP on it and he got extra punishment for that.
Well, I mean, with the judge, that's gonna look good for you if you don't have any previous offenses on your record. So, I mean, there are some things in your favor. Do you have any traffic violations? Anything like that?
I might.
That's gonna make
A
you.
ticket here and there, but nothing like this.
So, you've never been convicted of a crime?
No.
Well, I mean, that's most likely going to work in your favor. I don't know that you would be released on your own recognizances, but that'd be for a judge to decide. You know, sounds like you got some stuff going for you. You've cooperated with us.
What? He has nothing. Don't give him false hope, Catherine Reed. He has nothing going for him. He had nothing going for him before this. He was at like 0 level of things going for him. And now he's even less than that. He's at like negative 50 things going for him.
Here, you know, you got some arguments that you can make, I'm sure. Okay.
Okay.
Any other questions
You
for
know
me?
how much longer it'll be?
Well, I'm hoping not long. I was just making a copy of the citation and getting ready to call the jail to send somebody over for you.
All right.
So,
What can I do about making? I'm not worried about the phone call for tomorrow, but I'm worried about how I'm going to contact my boss at work.
He'll probably see you on the news too. He'll figure it out soon enough. And either way, you're going to get fired. Whether you just don't show up or you call him and tell him what you were arrested for and still don't show up, either way, you're getting fired.
that's something you'll have to make arrangements through the jail
Okay.
to make phone calls.
Can I talk to them tonight about it?
The jail?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the officers that transport you, if they're from the jail, you could probably ask them. They may be able to tell you something.
All right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Everything good?
Well, it's hard to tell right now.
Okay. But I mean, you're okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Wonder what she would do if he said no. We probably got more of watching this disgusting slob sit here. Let's see if they come back for him. Oh, they do.
Okay.
Oh, Paul, are you sitting there just rethinking your life now? Just kind of wondering where you went wrong in life? I'll give you a hint. Probably right around the time you started chatting with minors. Okay, we only got like 30 seconds, or just like 45 seconds left. Oh, here they come.
All right, Mr. Westwood, ready to go?
Yes.
Ready to go face your destiny?
Go ahead and
You can hear the chains dangling there, jingling.
stand up.
Can I take this with me?
Yeah, you're gonna step outside this room here, and they're gonna get you ready to go.
Will I be able to use the restroom somewhere?
They'll take
Is he just like wearing sweatpants? Like, does this guy put no effort into the way he looks?
care of that whenever you get to the jail. Unless you need it. Go now. Do you need to use the restroom now?
And we're alone at last. All right, yeah, this guy, I kind of like this this interrogation. I'm not sure why. It would have been great to have Paul Westwood have a confrontation with Chris Hansen. I would have loved to see that, but no such luck. He was part of the sting at one of the other locations that Dateline was not at. But yeah, he's a real piece of work, and I'm glad he got punished because he deserves it. And yeah, he's just he's pretty much a walking stereotype of the kind of offender that does this kind of thing. He's a gross, disgusting man. All right, well, thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you next time.